Hey YouTube, today we're going to do a tutorial on how to basically create a domain controller in a server. Now first things first, all you need, there's a couple of things that you will need is a server 2003. This is a joke, so don't worry about this. It's just some common sense and follow the video instructions and you'll be fine. First things first, what I want you to do is make sure that your IPs are correctly set, because sometimes a lot of people have problems with connections between clients, and it ends up being a problem. So now that I have my IPs checked, now that I have my IPs end up checking, then we're gonna basically start promoting. Once we promote, we're gonna go to start, we're gonna go to run and type in DC promo. DC promo, of course, it stands for domain controller promotion. You're gonna basically, in really basic terms, you're gonna basically end up promoting your server into a domain controller, so that basically you can end up accessing other computers and end up managing them just by you sitting at the server. You don't have to go around floors, or you don't have to go anywhere just to manage the computers. Just click next. Now basically this is the wizard. Click next. Click next. Domain controller in the new domain. Click next. Domain in the new forest. Click next. Now basically this is a full DNS name. What is going to be your domain? For example, me is going to be Microsoft.com, and then it could be Microsoft.net.com, whatever, and click next. It's going to take a little while, so I'm going to pause the video here and to see what's happening, because it's going to take a little while. Now that it's done, it basically just found this is NetBIOS. NetBIOS is just used for old operating systems such as Windows 98, 95. Click next. Basically you have the database log folders. Click next. The shared system mining. Click next. Now this is very important. Make sure that you pay attention. Don't just click next all the way, because it's very important. Make sure that this option is set to the middle by default. You don't want this option, you don't want the top option, you want this option. So click next. That's why this comes to make sure that you have a CD and also inserted. Permissions compatible, click next. Restore mode, of course you can put whatever you want. Click, now you have to your summary. It basically tells you what you want to do, what's the name, what you prefer, the folders and whatnot. Click next. Now it's going to start promoting it. That's when you see the little pencil and you see it writing it down, because it's writing all the steps and it takes the processes to install the Active Directory. Now I'm going to pause the video. It takes a really long time, so I don't want you guys to get caught up. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll see y'all in a bit. Alright, now that the process has finished, it's going to tell you, it basically completed. Now the server needs to reinstall itself, and then everything is visualized. I'm going to also pause this part and see what happens. Alright, we basically almost to the end. We're already going to log into our domain. So basically fill out the server. Make sure that this is selected. Log out to Microsoft and your username, and type in enter. Now basically as soon as the server loads up, it now is already promoted to a domain. You can do a lot of cool things, deployment of software. There's a lot of possibilities that you can end up doing. Now, in this tutorial, I'm going to be including how to basically get a client and join it to a domain. So we're going to basically get our client, which is Windows XP in this case, and we're going to make sure that our IPs are correct. So once if the IPs are correct, make sure that if the firewall is turned on, make sure you turn it off. We're going to click on properties, and we're going to TCP/IP properties again, and make sure that this is also added. This is also added. Once this is added, we press OK, we press close, and now we're gonna wait for it to basically accept it. And then we're gonna basically go to my computer properties, and now you're gonna basically end up joining into a domain. So let's go to computer name, and we're gonna go to rename this computer to join a domain. Click change. Once we change it, make sure you remember the computer's name and also the member of. You're going to choose the selection option of domain. Now, basically, you have to remember our domain. Our domain is Microsoft.com or .com, and basically, it's gonna ask you if you get up to this window. That means that you have successfully, you're gonna be successful. If you don't get to this window, you receive an error. There's something in your network, or there's something wrong with your DNS server. Which basically, all you gotta do is go to the DNS server in the DNS folder window. Make sure you uninstall it, reinstall it, and delete all the folders contents on there once you uninstall it, because it leaves a lot of SRV records on there. Now basically it says welcome to Microsoft.com's domain, and now you gotta restart the client's computer. Once you restart the client's computer, then you can actually end up logging into the domain. Alright? So we're gonna wait a while. Alright? I'll pause the video and see what's up. Alright, now that the client, the Windows XP is already booted up successfully, now we're gonna type in login into. You can log in locally, which is the computer, or you can log in into a domain, which is Microsoft.com. Make sure that your username we're gonna log in. Right now we're basically logging into a domain. Now to make sure a little overview, basically what you end up doing was installing a domain on your server, and then once you install that domain on your server, get the client, which is Windows XP or whatever, and you're making them join to the domain. There's a lot of cool shit that you can actually do once your computer joins into the domain. You can actually send messages. You can actually end up doing a lot of cool things. So say for example Microsoft.com, we're going to go to computers, and you can actually see the computer that is connected, that are actually end up connecting it to it. You can actually do a lot of things, planning, logging, properties, trust computer for delegation, the operating system, the member of, location, managed it by dial-in. This is basically being used for VPNs and so on and so on. So I think we basically end up completing our tutorial, and I hope that you guys like the tutorial. Also comment and feedback on and let me know if this helps you. If this doesn't, let me know, because it's a useful feedback, because then it makes my videos a lot better next time that I end up doing something like this. Alright YouTube, I'm out.